Another part of the learning process are laboratories or practical experiences where you may get demonstrations of key ideas or you get to experience the process of the scientific disciplines in particular. Discussion, debate, critique, and questioning are also all a significant part of the learning process in English-speaking universities. And I realize that for many students coming from other cultures, this can feel very uncomfortable. That you may be accustomed to listening to the teacher as the authority, as the one who knows the answers, and that in order to be respectful to them, you ought not to ask too many questions. You should simply take that as given. But the way we operate in English-speaking universities is quite different than that. And you'll generally find that there are discussion sections, tutorials, small class settings where you are expected to bring questions. Not only questions about the content that you've been reading, but also to question other students in the class who may be putting an idea out there that you think isn't quite right, or maybe it's a pretty good idea, but if you can help them to clarify it, it will be an even better idea. And you can expect that your teachers will do that to you, and it's quite all right to do that with your teachers. So that's a really different way of operating than the situations that some of you may have come from. And it's important that you understand that so that you can take the best advantage of your university education. And we've talked already a lot in the first segment of this lecture about the cultural roots of that critical thinking approach. And finally, I want to encourage you to think about developing and supporting your own arguments, to think about the process of education as an opportunity to find your own voice, to develop your own thoughts about the subject at hand, and also to think about what your place is then in what I'm calling a remade world. Because as you learn in this deep way, your perspectives will be challenged, your assumptions will be challenged. You'll see things you didn't see before. And you'll start to see the world and yourself in it differently. And that's part of the process. It's not always comfortable, but it's part of the process when you're doing it really well. So bear with it and embrace it as much as possible and get the supports that you need so that you can experience it that fully.